Wakey, wakey, everyone. It's another fabulous day in Wellington Wells. The weather is only slightly rainy with streaks of lovely sunshine.
Oh man, Uncle Jack is back. Hey everybody, christopherodd here, and the day I've been looking forward to for over 3 years now has finally arrived. The full release of We Happy Few is here. The game's actually releasing this Friday, August 10th, but because of all the love that you guys showed on the first series, Compulsion and Gearbox have allowed me to show you the first part of the game a little bit early. So thank you guys for supporting me, just being awesome and enjoying the videos. It means the world to me and it's helped me so much, you have no idea. Just before we start playing, I will say the game has changed pretty significantly compared to the early access version. For example, the survival elements have been changed to more of a buff and a debuff system. So if you're thirsty, you're no longer going to die from thirst, but you'd have a debuff applied to you permanently until you rectify the situation. If you do drink water, then you'll have a buff that lasts for a few minutes that gives you a bonus. One of the other big changes that I should mention is that the full release is way more focused on the narrative and the story of 3 different playable characters. We play as Arthur, who we know, and then we're going to meet Sally and Ollie later on in the game, apparently. So if you want to know more or you want a link to buy the game, information is below that you can check out. Now, I don't know about you. I'm ready to get my joy on. So I just want to dive in and we're going to get started. Let's start a new game. I've thought about what difficulty I'm going to go on. You have 3 difficulties as you'd expect, but you also have a custom difficulty where you can change like your survival needs, conformity, combat, all of that kind of stuff. I'm going to play through it on hard only because I think it makes combat or stealth a little bit more tense, and so it feels a little bit more realistic in that sense. So we're going to go on hard and wish me luck. Let's get started. Thought I'd also let you guys know that at some of the press events, I was able to try certain chunks of this opening area that we're going to go into. So some stuff I'll know about, some things I won't. After this early area, it's all going to be blind, so I'm going to be in the same boat as you guys, super excited about it, and here we go. Mrs. E.W. Bauer wins the garden prize. So Arthur's job here is to approve or redact articles that reflect society positively or negatively, so that people don't have to remember the tough times. Like this, toxic chemicals in the river. That's bad news bears, that's gotta go. We can't have people remembering that. They're gonna lose their minds. Now, we are Arthur Hastings. God. So this is triggering some type of flashback for us.
It is very dangerous to put your hand outside the windows of the train.
Arthur, where are you? Arthur! Where did you go? Arthur! Arthur!
I should just take my joy, shouldn't I?
So if we were a normal, everyday citizen, yeah, we would be taking our joy right now. And just as a cool little fun fact, if you take your joy right here, the game ends. There's an achievement for it and stuff like that. But the game would just end and you'd start over. And you'd carry on your life not remembering anything negative from the past and just forgetting everything. But we're choosing to remember.
Percy! Percy!
Arthur, where are you?
Arthur Hastings, Employee of the Year.
No one's seen you for hours.
Ah, nose to the grindstone, you know.
Then why haven't I heard a single whoosh through the door
A
since
whoosh?
10 o'clock? Did you forget we're having Deirdre's birthday party?
Oh.
We've got a piñata.
Right. Brilliant. Of course.
Have you forgotten your joy?
Of course not. Snug as a bug on a drug.
Well, come on then, finish up.
Just have a few more pages. I know you're very busy.
Then don't take too long to finish.
5-second rule, I guess, that applies to joy pills. Fair enough.
Aha! The power cell's empty.
Well, what will you do?
Get a new one.
Yeah, we'll get a new one. I like that. Okay, so we'll take this. We have one over here.
It can't be this hard to finish up a day's work, can it?
No, I mean, it's not. I'm just looking around my office. Just saying. Look at our view, actually. This is really nice. I don't know about that statue. Impressive, nonetheless. Pick up our power cell.
I love what you've done with your office.
Oh, thank you.
So homey.
It's homey. I think that means she doesn't like it. But fair enough. Okay. I'm going back to work now. You can leave.
There is now a curfew in effect at night. Any civilian on the street...
What are we going to do, Arthur?
We're brothers. We'll look out for each other. That's what we'll do.
So we're gonna have to deal with these painful memories at some point, I'm sure. Hastings brothers win scrap gathering prize. Percival and Arthur Hastings were the surprise winners of the scrap drive. Arthur told the judges and his brother that his brother has a photographic memory. Percy knew exactly where all the old cars and prams and things were in the Garden District. Percival himself rarely speaks to strangers, apparently. The scrap will be melted down to be used to support the war effort against the Soviet Union, which is, by all reports, going splendidly. The brothers brought in a record 1,654 pounds of scrap steel, winning them a 50-pound victory against communism bond. The second prize went to Alan Unwin, who brought in 315 pounds. We smashed him, actually. Nothing too terrible in here. I think the general public can see this, although this does remind us of our past. I think we can accept this one.
That's a past we can remember safely.
Yeah, exactly. Aren't you proud of me? It's positive reinforcement right there.
Well, I expect you in the conference room presently. Don't dawdle. You don't want to miss the piñata.
So this opening kind of 15 minutes or so.
Wasn't Prudence supposed to be coming back today? I made her a welcome back card.
We'll check on Prudence in a second. This opening 15 minutes or so is going to be very similar to the early access. But then once that's done, we're on a whole new story. So I'm pretty excited. We are going to go through these articles because they show us some of the backstory of like why people are in this situation. General Byng clarifies registration procedure. General Robert Byng, the municipal liaison to the Occupation Authority, capital letters, appeared on Parade Street late last night to speak to a crowd of citizens urgently requesting clarification of the new child registration rule. As most Wellingtonians know by now, all children who will be under the age of 13 by July 22nd must be registered with the authority. General Byng clarified that the deadline for registration is next Thursday. He refused to speculate on the rationale for the registration regulation. I cannot illuminate the regulation any further because Colonel von Stauffenberg has not informed me of its purpose, stated the general. I imagine and hope that it has something to do with maintaining nutrition for our growing children in this time of scarcity, but the OA, Occupation Authority, have not told me so explicitly. He reminded the crowd that the occupation has so far been extraordinarily orderly and peaceful, and that citizens' continued obedience to legal orders of the OA is crucial to maintaining goodwill with our visiting something. Probably not a good thing to remember that we had to register kids back in the day. These articles are old too, 1947 compared to, what are we, I think it said 64. So we're going to be censoring that. Take these articles very seriously. Employee of the Year, after all. Can't lose that reputation. Drug trials are a qualified success, says Sir Robert. The first round of trials after a new anti-melancholic medication have been a qualified success, stated Dr. Alexander Gross, acting head of the Melancholia Studies Laboratory at the Royal Victoria Hospital. The drug reduced melancholic feelings in 28 out of 30 despondent rats over a 20-day period. So this is when they started working on Joy back in 52. And not too many years later, everyone's on it, like, non-stop. Despondency can be induced in rats by repeatedly giving them electrical shocks. Despondent rats take up to twice as long to navigate a maze. After administration of the drug, previously despondent rats gained up to 50% of their navigation speed before administration of the shocks, stated Dr. Gross. The drug now has to be tested in human volunteers. Citizens who wish to apply as a potential volunteer, there's already a waiting list, go figure, can do so at the Royal Victoria. Seeing that everybody loves Joy, I think we would just accept this one. Everyone would be thrilled. Everyone loves joy, right?
I think we can live with that.
Yeah, we can live with that. All right, cool. Let's take our power cell with us. Yeah, so October of 64. We did a good job. Department of Archives, Recycling and Printing. I wonder if we get any special privileges as Employee of the Year. Beauty is truth. 4:20 p.m.
Do you think the canister wonders what life's like outside the tube? Of course he'd have to break the tube to get out. That would break it for everybody.
It's a pretty cool, like, complex system that they've come up with, though. I'll give them that.
Clive Birthwhistle. You're off at the party, aren't you?
Clive Birthwhistle. What did you drop here? Business letter. Oh, look, Miss Bing has written Clive a letter. Dear Mr. Birthwhistle, it is so thoughtful of you to suggest how best to rearrange the department. I'm always grateful for suggestions from junior staff of how to best do my job as director. However, I'm afraid that it would be destabilizing to swap your office with that of Mr. Hastings. Thanks, buddy. Fortunately, turnover in this department is high. If Prue doesn't return soon, I don't see why you couldn't have her office. In the meantime, I suggest you pop another joy and you'll feel the sunshine on your face, whether you have a window or not. All the best, Victoria Bing. Take that, Clive, you little shit. Nice. Okay. Clive, we'll have to keep our eye out for this guy. Seems nice. Restricted area. No unauthorized personnel beyond this point. Nothing in his waste bin. Oh, I wonder if he's a drinker. I'm sure he works well. Let's check out his machine.
Well, let's see what Miss Bing thinks of your work now, Clive.
Oh. we get some revenge on him, maybe. So we could intentionally try and mess these ones up. So farm workers expected to return from Germany. With the latest harvest in and frost painting the valleys of Thuringen, Wellington Wells, 129 volunteer farm workers are expected to return home within the next 2 weeks, states Sir Robert Bing. Each highly paid and well-fed. Volunteer workers replaces one German soldier heroically fighting communism on the Eastern Front. Unemployed men of Wellington Wells who are interested in volunteering for work in Germany in the spring should contact Hauptmann Werner Erhardt at his office in Waterloo. So this is referring to like a war and people having to go to the front lines as volunteers. So we would normally want to redact this, but because we kind of want to get some revenge on Clive, I'm just going to approve it. Get a little vengeance, maybe?
Right.
I don't know if anything actually will happen because we're doing this, but it's going to feel good. Tried to get us out of our office? I don't think so, buddy. Wellington Wells once again has taxi service, bicycle taxi that is. The enterprising young Nigel Hemmingford is now carrying paying passengers along Parade Street. He's also willing to take up to 2 customers at a time anywhere in Wellington Wells. Mr. Hemmingford, 17, built his taxi out of 2 bicycles with the assistance of his father, Edmund Hemmingford, known locally as the Wicker Man, for his mastery of the art of crafting wicker. The seating of Mr. Hemmingford the Younger's bicycle rickshaw, as he likes to call it, takes its inspiration, according to Mr. Hemmingford the Elder, from Roman racing chariots. Contrary to what you've seen in old movies, these had to be as lightweight as possible, yet sturdy. Seems fine to me, but because this is Clive's machine, we're just gonna go ahead and redact that. Fond memories, gone. Too bad. Wellington Under reopens. Thanks to the heroic efforts of Colonel von Stauffenberg's efficient mechanics, the Wellington Under will restore limited service. The following stations will be served from 1 hour after curfew ends to 1 before curfew begins. Waterloo, Minorca, City Hall, Trafalgar, Thermae, and Victoria. Tickets are 1S, 6p, that's 6 pence. I don't know what the S is. Details are available at the stations during operating hours. Probably fine, but we will censor
That's
it.
right.
All right. Our job here is done, Clive. No big deal. Scrap of paper. What else do we have here? Oh, compulsion games. Nice little Easter egg. Is this... Can we pick this up? Yeah. And here's a letter in what I am almost positive is Clive's terrible handwriting. Dear Director Bing, one of your employees is subversive and may even be a downer. I overheard him in the commissary telling a friend that he thinks that his job redacting old articles is silly, and what's so scary about the truth? He's very tall and slim with black hair and brown eyes and glasses. I know I should have asked his name, but I'm a naturally shy woman, and there it leaves off. A shy woman, are you, Clive? Or just a nasty, manipulative schemer? So he's trying to throw us under the bus to our boss, to, as we saw in the letter that fell when we opened the door. But that's his side of things.
Little shit. He wants my
Nice poster there, Clive. And no, you can't have the office. What a disaster in here, Clive. Like, I'm actually disgusted. Let's get out of here. Prudence. This is who we referenced at the beginning.
What happened to you, Prudence?
Welcome back. It sounds like she hasn't come back. In the letter, too, look at this. Everything's rotten. Oh, you know what's really neat there? So these letters fall off, and it just says, come back. As kind of like, I don't know if that's like forewarning or what the best word to describe it would be, but it's kind of cool. It's a neat touch. My summer holiday.
You're not coming back, are you, Prue? But where did you go?
She went to Canada. Obviously. St. Lawrence. Another little, plaque. Let's check out what she's got going on here. Bolshevism Against Europe Gala, a smash. The new and exciting exposition, Bolshevism Against Europe, had a sparkling gala at City Hall last night. 88 invited luminaries, including the new Queen of the Wellington Wells stage, Jane Morris, as well as the members of the executive committee, and of course Sir Robert Bing and his eye-catching daughter, Victoria, attended the glamorous function. The exhibition is now open to the public. Bolshevism Against Europe, mounted by the Wellington Wells Committee for an Anti-Communist Action, uncovers a secret history of the Bolshevik movement under before its takeover of Russia, the murder of the Tsar, and the creation of the Soviet Union. It traces the hidden connections between the Soviet Union, the British Labour Party, the Roman Catholic Church, and the Freemasons. I think we'll be censoring this. Finally, it reveals the insidious perfidy of communist fellow travelers, even now within our own society. Visitors will learn how to be on the alert for communist conspiracies and propaganda. The exhibition, which is free to the public, will continue. Okay. Yeah, we're censoring that. They might have questions as to why her work's getting done when they know she's not back yet, but... Remember to turn in your automotive. Colonel von Stauffenberg reminds citizens that all private automotives have been requisitioned by the municipal authorities on behalf of the Imperial German Army. It must be turned in by October 2nd. Owners are to bring their vehicles, which must contain at least 1/4 full tank of petrol, to the train station. To reduce queues, vehicles with license plates ending in 1 and 2 may be turned in on Monday, 3 and 4 on Tuesday, 5 and 6 on Wednesday, 7 and 8 on Thursday, 9 and 0 on Fridays. If they've thought about it, that's good. A fine of £100 will be levied against the registered owner of any automotive not turned in by that date. The fine is for an empty petrol tank is £10. Owners with the current municipal exemption, of course, are not required to participate. Probably a bad thing that we had to, like, turn in all their vehicles, so we're going to go ahead and censor that. Margaret Worthing will open Battle of Flowers. Miss Margaret Worthing has been crowned the Junior Field Commander of the 1946 Battle of Flowers, which takes place this Sunday. She will lead the annual flower parade accompanied by her father, Jack Worthing, former lead actor of the Will Kemp Traveling Players. She was crowned last night at the Garden Gala by 1945's Junior Field Commander Sally Boyle. Miss Worthing has selected according to her organizers because of her spectacular victory garden. We were all amazed at how many different varieties of exotic flowers she's grown, all the while helping feed her family with her vegetables. Battle of Flowers dates back to 1920 when participants in the flower decided to dismantle their floats and attack each other with the blooms. The battle has become traditional end to the flower parade. Seems like people like this. Yeah, okay, you can have that. Looks like the last one here. Police arrest 4 in breeder riot. Well, I can tell you right now, we're probably censoring this. 1 man, Ranulph Alderley, and 3 unnamed women were arrested in what the police are calling another breeder riot Sunday night. The victim, Mrs. Anne McCutcheon, appears to be in stable condition, as is her husband, Mr. Cyril McCutcheon. There is no word yet on the condition of her baby, whose birth was not expected for another 2 months. The arresting officer, PC John Constable, stated, "It is dangerous for women who are in a family way." In a family way? Is that okay? To strut their condition about. Frankly, it sets people off when decent folk are doing their best to forget it. Yeah, we'll go ahead and censor that. Alright, good work. We'll take that. We've got a joy pill bottle.
Are you off your joy, Pro? I mean, you too.
So she's gotten Best Attitude Awards, Grand Prize winner for Simon Says, which the residents apparently love. So good job to you. That's so cool that just the WEL fell and it just says come back now because she's gone. And it seems like we were friends with her, so. Hopkins Jones?
No, leave me alone. I took my joy. No, leave me alone. No.
Jeez.
Oh, hi, Arthur.
Oh, yeah, hey, Hopkins. He obviously wanted to take that joy, you can tell. By how happy he is after he has it.
We seem to be a bit behind in our work now that you mention it.
Jeez, look at this. Can you imagine going through like years and years and years manually approving or redacting articles from every newspaper? Like, just the time that would be involved. Uncle Jack. You collected I Hear You. Whose uncle are you?
Because if you boil veg until they're nice and gummy, you'll boil out all the seeds. So make sure you eat some of your veg fresh.
Some of.
Get fresh veg? Remember, lots of weeds contain vitamin C. Scurvy grass is named for stopping scurvy in its tracks. Sorrel has 14 milligrams of vitamin C for every 100 grams you eat. Chicory has 24. Clover and dandelion are smashing sources of vitamin C. And they're all around us.
Dandelions, lovely.
I think it's safe to say that just about anything that's green and grows in the ground contains some vitamin C. So in a pinch, just go down to the neighbors and ask if they'd mind terribly if you ate their tulips. I'm sure they'd be really
Jeez.
And remember,
so sketchy.
No matter what, make sure you're taking enough joy. There's no excuse anymore for feeling bad. You don't have to. Well, I'm afraid we've come to the end of our time.
Jeez, that's so sketchy.
Next time, and we'll talk about malaria. It's not nearly as bad as it sounds. Most people survive it. This is Dr. Jack Worthing saying my prescription for you is stay well.
He stuttered there. Interesting. Okay. Maybe there's a little bit more to him than what we actually know. Let's check out the party, shall we?
There you are. You nearly missed the piñata. It's the most adorable Spanish custom. Uncle Jack did a whole show about it. You smash it until all the sweets come out. Come on, hit it! Hit it! Hit it!
She really wants us to go on this, eh?
For?
I'm just thinking.
Hit it!
Okay, I'm gonna hit it.
Smash it! Go on, smash it, silly face off!
See, we're coming like on and off of our joy here. So we see for what it really is.
You are off your joy.
Uh-oh.
Take one of mine.
Don't do it.
Oh my lord. He's a downer. Full security. We've got a downer.
Oh, here we go.
Take your joy. Take your joy.
Let's get moving.
Probably a bad time to ask for that raise.
You think?
Oh. You smelled gas?
Flaming Nora.
Forget him, there's no time.
Now, from this point on, this is where things have started to change from the very first early access release of the game. The Jolliest Brawly is now available. I think that's like a pre-order thing.
Christ, how far did those bastards chase me? There were bridges, weren't there? And tunnels.
I'm pretty sure I'm not in the parade anymore.
Yeah, I don't think so.
I'm still in the village. Well, I'm not getting out that way.
So they mentioned that they smelled gas. Did we come from all the way on this side?
Those bobbies seem to have locked me in.
Yeah.
I suppose they were worried about the gas.
Yeah, exactly.
Terribly thoughtful of them.
Barrow Home Distribution Node. Well, hello. Oh. Cute. Means it's clean in here when the rats are around. Pile of coins. Thank you very much. We'll take this. Glass bottle and scrap. My inner hoarder is like already being rewarded.
Once again, all gather around the telly for a rousing round of Simon Says.
Simon Says.
I wish I could join you, good people. Actually, I will join you. I'll be doing it from this chair.
Oh, I'm sure you will.
I'll be calling the tune, if you will. Just like every day. I'll be your Simon. Except when I'm not.
So we can craft things in the crafting menu. That makes sense.
For all winners, and everyone's a winner, and everyone will be there. So don't miss it, or the villagers will break your legs.
Wouldn't miss it for the world. Okay. So let's check this out. This is our basic inventory. In here, we can craft whatever we need. Let's say we want to make a lockpick. We have 3 bobby pins, so we can just select it and then craft it. Pretty straightforward.
There we go. 3 years of the salamander and me getting into constant trouble finally pay off.
Who's the salamander? 3 years getting in constant trouble. I'm sure that'll, maybe, I don't know. Hopefully that comes up later. Tie a string. So from Mr. Rupert Underhill, Station 4, to Jim Watt, Chief Engineer. Dear Rupert, are you quite certain Teddy's off his joy? Perhaps he merely forgot. You've got to look after your mates, man. Have you tried tying a string around his finger? That always helps me. Anyway, I can't reassign Teddy because I haven't got a replacement. All the juniors are off at Scargill. The subsidence has been severing all sorts of connections, and the modeline must flow. All caps, weird. I must appreciate you sticking by your post. If we don't do our duty, who are we? But try the string around the finger. I feel certain you'll manage the situation. These are the letters that we already saw, I guess, upstairs. What's this one? Well, Arthur, now you've gone and done it, haven't you? Not only rather spectacularly quit your job, but you're a downer now. The townsfolk will unleash the hounds, or they would, if we hadn't eaten them 20 years ago. The wastrels do not seem terribly friendly. I hope they aren't really cannibals. Oh god, I'm one of them now, aren't I? I've got to get out of Wellington Wells. I've got to get over the bridge and off the island, which means I've got to get back to the parade district, don't I? Which I was just chased out of. Brilliant. What in dog's name were you thinking? Percy. Oh, this is a question. What in dog's name were you thinking? Answer, Percy. I saw his picture from just before we put them all on the train. Oh. God, that horrible grinding steel and the screams. How he must hate me. Why did I tell the Jerrys I was already 13? They were only off by 10 days. Why didn't I keep my mouth shut and get on the train and go off to Germany with him like I promised him? I can't remember. But I did promise him. That's got to mean something. I've got to go find Percy wherever he is and make sure he's okay. P.S. How long have we been eating rats? So I'm not sure how this showed up in here. It's like a letter from us to us kind of thing. It seems like. And this is interesting about Percy, putting him on the train. Horrible grinding steel, all the screams, how he must hate me. And then we're talking about like our age here in the cutoff time. There was an article in the paper that we were redacting that was talking about how there was like everyone had to register their kids or whatever. So I wonder if that's related. But apparently he's off to Germany, how he must hate me, and we were supposed to go but we didn't, so. Alrighty. Rupert Underhill memo. He's not off. Okay, so this is in reference to this tie a string. So this is on October 4th. This is 2 days later. It says he's not off his joy. He's lost the plot completely and he's hoarding all the carrots. And he growls at me when I try to eat mine. I'm going to try to talk sense to him. Then I'm coming back to the village. Duty be damned. So this Teddy guy is off his joy. And the person down here is concerned. Duct tape and scotch. Yeah, we'll take it all. We will take it all. Anything over here? Okay. Oh. Oh, I did see that. Eagle eyes. So the rat ran in here, didn't he? Wonder who that could be. Diary of Prudence Holmes. Was this a mistake? It seemed so clever to disappear first, rather than trying to brazen my way across the bridge. After enough joy, they'd forget they'd ever known a Prudence Holmes. Beastly Clive would take my office, and they'd forget anyone else was ever in it. But now that I'm here, I wonder, should I have put my trust in Mr. Kite? And where are his bloody instructions? In the abandoned house. Yes, but which abandoned house? They're all abandoned. And how to deal with all these wastrels. My god, they look like something out of Dante. We chased someone out whenever they wouldn't take their joy, but we never really thought about where they went. I knew we chased them out when joy made them sick, but I didn't know it was here to starve and weep and remember. I assumed they were sent to a sanatorium, a decent hospital, but I suppose that's what I wanted to believe. We are all complicit. We know without knowing and don't want to remember, so we don't. My god, I can't wait to get to the mainland. So this is confirming that Prudence, in fact, isn't coming back. She's trying to escape with the help of this Mr. Kite. And he's left instructions, like, in an abandoned house. So, doesn't seem that helpful. But she's out there somewhere, so that's pretty cool.
Prudence really did run off. And she ran this way. I wonder if I'll see her again.
We can drink this. Nice. This is a good time to show you how the buff system works. I think it's over here. Yeah, so when you're hydrated, then you have reduced stamina drain. And I guess when you're, like, running, it uses up less stamina. So, pretty nice. Dirty bandage, that's it. Yeah, that's right, I'm checking the toilets. Because you never know what you're gonna find. It might be good, it might be bad. Okay, we need to make a lockpick.
Some bits of metal to make a lockpick.
So, let's see. B for crafting. I'll try to get, like, the shortcuts down. Do not open. Well, modeling distribution node, here we come.
What happened to him? Or rather, who?
Okay, so this is Rupert Underhill. You remember him from these notes. He sent the, or this is the reply. He replied back, says he's not off his joy, he's lost the plot entirely. This, Teddy. Okay, let's check this out.
Are they going to hurt us?
No one's going to hurt you, Percy. I promise.
But have they hurt the city?
I don't think they'll blow anything else up.
Why?
Because we surrendered, I hope.
Well, what are we going to do, Arthur?
We're brothers. I'll look out for... We'll look out for each other.
So these are new things that they've added that give us, like, background story. I don't know if they're all related to Percy or not, but what's interesting there is how he's talking about, he kind of misspeaks at the end, says, I'll watch out for you. Oh, I mean, we will watch out for each other kind of thing. Like, I mean, that's pretty telling. So Rupert, man down. And you got to imagine that his friend's got to be somewhere close by. Diodor of Theodore Minor. Teddy. I look into the lights like the doctor's ordered. I could swear I see shapes in there moving around like shadows, but made of light. And there's shadows all around, always around the corner. He keeps turning lights off, says he wants to save the bulbs. He's trying to make me think I'm going blind, isn't he? How he loves to feel superior. This is September 18th. Next day. Took 2 Joy just so I could stand his ugly face. Why won't it work? Has he swapped them out for something? Paracetamol? Jelly beans? Jesus, we haven't had jelly beans since... Wait, have we ever had jelly beans? Another day. I hate when he talks in that slow, condescending voice like I'm a child. I'm not a child, am I? I don't even know any children, obviously. Jesus, what is wrong with my Joy? 2 days later, there he is, scritching away in the corner. Scribble, 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 eh, Mr. Gibbon? And then the whoosh of the pneumatic tube. He's blaming it all on me what happened, isn't he? He says it's his missus. I don't believe he's still got a missus with his big mossy teeth. I bet she went on holiday long ago. Was I married once? How did it end? I get an awful feeling in my stomach. I'm not sure I'm going to enjoy remembering. Something is all fucked up about the Joy, and he won't send me home. We've got to stay here. Duty. 3 days later, I hear him crunching in the dark. It isn't rats. It's his big mossy teeth. I lie awake and picture squeezing his throat till he turns the color of my carrots. He bloody well stole. He's plotting something. 3 days later, let him try to weasel out of this one. I saw him writing those lies. Reassign me, will he? Off my Joy, am I? I'm bloody well tripling up, and he knows it. So he read this, or he read this back and forth at some point. This is dated October 6th. So he's replying saying he's not off his Joy. The first one was already in reply to something, October 4th. So he must have read a letter that was written previous to that. And he's quite upset about this. And he's gonna kill him. We've come to the end of our time, we've come to the end of our time, we've come to the end of our time. Well, we know the outcome of this. Poor guy. Pneumatic stash. When you craft, you can use any items in your pneumatic stash no matter where you are. This is a really nice change. Like crafting ingredients we don't have to carry with us. We can just put them in the stash and we'll craft right from there. So do we have anything in here? Oh, we've got, okay, so the Not So Jolly Brawly inflicts light damage, infinitely durable, has a special flare when shoving, can cause light bleeding, and lethal. And then we've got the Jolly Brawly. Inflicts light damage, infinitely durable, has a special flare when shoving, non-lethal. The Not So Jolly Brawly kills people, and the Jolly Brawly is great. Surprisingly useless against rain, fair enough. So these are pre-order items, I believe. I'm gonna take one of these, move it to our inventory. Cool. More bobby pins. A line of blood, that seems good.
Too bad I don't have any other hatches to go to just yet.
Unlocking fast travel hatches will allow you to quickly and safely travel to other unlocked hatches using the underground train tracks. You can also select any unlocked hatch from the map no matter where you are, so long that you're not busy, and be instantly magically teleported to it. Beautiful.
The hatch looks shut. I'm gonna need a way to unlock it.
Alright.
There must be a switch in one of these rooms.
Looks like it's hooked up to that thing. So we picked this thing up off the other guy's dead body. So, sorry man. Did that just injure us? I think it just injured us. The health is showing. Hello! Guess who this is? Oh, listen to what he's saying. That's funny. That sounds familiar from the diary. Hey, Teddy. Whoa. Can we, oh yeah. Hint, you're dying from your wounds. You need to heal yourself quickly. Select a healing item with 1 and use it by pressing and holding F. You can also use healing items in your inventory screen. Oh, he's quick. I got healing balm.
Look up, you!
There we go.
That's the first fight I've won since primary school.
You're lucky I didn't use not so jolly brawly.
I've been in since primary school.
You're only unconscious. Even though you are literally a murderer. Put you back in your bed where you belong. I guess you're probably, you look like you might have been on the top bunk. I don't know what's giving me that impression, but I think it was probably you on the top. Nothing in there. This one's locked. Nothing. Cool. Now, we see a little path back here with all these with all these scribbles. We have to check this out. It's a little crazy den. Some bobby pins, bandages, potatoes, sovereign. Yeah, we'll take it all. Yes, we will. And this is, so when we came in, we saw that grate, we heard that voice, he was watching us. Creepy. Shows how far gone he can be. Now, he was talking about his joy not working. I don't know if that's real or not. I don't know if maybe it was swapped with something as he was kind of insinuating, but anyways, let's get out of here. Here we go.
The bridge. I've got to get to the bridge. In the parade district, which I just got chased out of. Brilliant. Ah, the train station. If I can get to the train station, I can just follow the old rail tunnel all the way to the bridge. It'd be nice if there was a
funny.
map, wouldn't it? I suppose back in those days we could remember where things were.
Escape Wellington Wells. It's meant as like a vacation or something. For us, it's like real, straight up. Okay, quest found. Point of departure. So let's see. How many out of Wellington Wells? The bridge to the mainland is in the parade district. I've rather outworn my welcome there. Wait, I can follow the train tracks from Wellington Wells Station all the way to the bridge, can I? I just have to get into the train station and walk right out of town, right? Yeah. I don't think it'll be that easy, to be honest. So we know where we need to go. Hello. Ooh. Weapons will break after repeated use. It also upsets people when you carry them around openly. So I guess rocks can be used as a weapon. Probably not ideal, though. Crashed warplane. What does that say? Surrender Dorothy. Oh, it's a German plane. Wait. Lendick? Yeah, this is a German plane. Something about England. In peacetime, they'll come. In peacetime, they'll come back. Oh, man.
I think this might be the one Sally and me tried to blow up. I always wondered what happened to the letters. There was an awful lot of smoke.
Okay. Now, we know we need to go that way. I'm just kind of checking things out and seeing what else is in this area. Because when I've gotten to play little parts of this, like I explained at the beginning, it was always very rush. And I kind of just want to see everything that we can. What the hell? Hello?
This is for the benefit of Mr. Kite. The rabbit got into the garden.
That's a second reference to this kite guy.
Into the garden.
Sounds like some sort of secret message.
The rabbit got into the garden. Okay, that's probably bad. We need a Jimmy bar for this. Okay, so this Mr. Kite is like smuggling people out of here. Prudence believed in him. Although it seemed like she's a bit confused on where to get his instructions. Oh, what's this? Hello. It's a fort. This is what my tree forts were like when I was a kid. Except, not even close. Darts. People somehow never notice Arthur when he's sitting down unless they're already enraged at him. This doesn't work at night, though. Oh, yeah, okay, we're concealed. Easy. Easy way to hide. And we can wait, so maybe if we need to pass time. Alright, cool. Look at the view, man. This is cool. Rotten apple.
I hope this doesn't give me food poisoning.
Dig spot. What do we got here? So we have a dig spot pretty close to us, actually. But we don't have a shovel. So we're likely going to need to find that first. There were dig spots in the early access as well. I don't know if they've necessarily changed. But maybe we find different types of items in there now. Anyway, it's marked for us. Okay, let's go check out this, this train station that we're trying to look for. Oh, look at this. Wait. Oh, that's where we were already. Yeah, okay, never mind. This is beautiful, man.
I am coming for you, Percy. I haven't got it all figured out, but I will find you.
This is really beautiful. What do we got going on here? Tea party. Nanny's tea party. Do come in your finery. Remember your manners. Look, you have so many guests. You have mannequin number 1, mannequin number 2. The army mannequin. And then you, the boss cat. I'm just taking literally everything. I have no shame. They're clearly not using it. The blimp there?
A Rose of Gilead. Percy told me about these. They're good for wounds and things.
Collect 2 Gilead petals. Yeah, we can do that. When will they stop crying?
Maybe I should make some bandages, just in case.
Shredded raincoat. Jeez, there's just like, there's so much stuff.
A crib. Oh, God. Oh, Jesus. When was the last time there was a baby in Wellington Wells?
When was the last time there was a baby in Wellington Wells?
Like they couldn't remember their faces. Well, they couldn't stand remembering them.
Everything's all scratched out there. Pictures are flipped down. Like, they just don't want anything to be remembered. But out here, it doesn't look like they're getting their joy. So... is this where it's coming from? That's creepy. Everything is quite alright. Nighty-night. Sleepy tight. Everything's tucked out of sight. My fair lady.
What's on those beds? Oh, God. I'm not the only one remembering the children, am I? Makes sense. They're all off their joy out here.
Yep. What do we got over here on this side? How does one... oh, hello. Oh! That's close.
I'm starved.
Okay, so now we've got a debuff. Reduced stamina. So let's take a look at this. Yeah, so if we want to run, we're like severely hampered because we're hungry. I don't know if that continues to go down or not, but we picked up something to eat, didn't we? that's not totally disgusting. Yeah, we have a carrot. We'll take that. And now that we're well fed, we have increased stamina. Nice. I'm sorry to report that the girl Spoon wouldn't eat her porridge, so I sent her to bed without supper. The girl Spoon wouldn't eat her porridge. What?
Locked.
Oh, this is nice.
Aha, but I remember how to make a lockpick.
Because we don't have one crafted, it will automatically craft one and pick it for us. That's awesome, actually. So, a pocket expansion kit, caltrops, and a dig spot. Let's go. Let's go all here. Pocket expansion. Use your pockets to carry more things. Oh, nice. So instead of 100 pounds, now we're up to 102. We'll take it. And we got another dig spot as well. But it's not nearby. Is that? Oh, here we go. It's way out there. So we're finding dig spots, like, all over the place. Okay. It's so depressing here, man. Like, I really want to know... I want to know everything about this world. I want to know what's going on with... what happened to the kids. I want to know what everyone's involvement was. I just got many questions.
Toy tea set. Funny. Percy never played with toys. He didn't like anything that wasn't really the thing it was supposed to be.
Not a lot of imagination on Percy. And then, obviously, with our brother, like, we got to know what happened there. Charcoal, disposable safe cracker, caltrops, and another dig spot. Holy moly. Are you serious? Where's this one? Oh, way down here. By the way, look at how giant this area is. Are you kidding? Okay. Let's keep cruising. This place wasn't depressing at all. I feel like that'll be a running theme, obviously, but... Oh, the night blooming nonsuch. These only come out at night. They're beautiful, though.
Maybe I can make some sort of ointment to put on my wounds. Otherwise, I'll never feel better.
Collect two...
Pump. Nice. There's a few more in the garden district, aren't there? I ought to fill up a canteen or two, shouldn't I?
Okay. When you consume food, your maximum stamina increases for a short time. When you are too hungry, your maximum stamina decreases, which we kind of just learned. When you drink, the cost of sprinting is reduced. And when you're thirsty, sprinting costs more stamina. So if we're, like, well-fed and we're not thirsty, then we can sprint for longer, like, significantly longer, because it gets used less and we have more of it. While ignoring this won't kill you, do try to remember to eat and drink so you can benefit from nutrition and hydration. And I mentioned this at the very beginning, but that's one of the big changes from early access, where that stuff would kill you before. Okay, let's craft. We want to make a healing balm. And then we need to use the healing balm. Health. Beautiful.
It works. I feel loads better.
Healing items automatically appear in your first quick slot.
Wrong about a thing like that.
So I should mention this as well. I've changed a lot of my HUD settings so that things only show when they need to. So normally that stuff in the bottom right would always be showing, but I have it set contextually so that it only comes up when I require it. But basically what they're saying is you can put things in these slots, you select them with the numbers, you can rotate through, and then hit F to use whatever you're planning on. And then Q to bring out your weapon, which we kind of saw a little bit earlier. Oh, hello. Rupert Rigby. Not having a great day. Got a canteen. We'll fill that.
This ought to be pretty clean, unlike in the village where they spike it with joy.
Boom. So now we're well fed and we're full of water. So when we sprint... Yeah, it's like serious business. Nothing. Okay, so this is the direction we need to be going. Rourke's Drift Bridge.
Nice suit.
Thank you.
That's...
My uncle bought it for me last Christmas.
Creepy. Anxious to get back onto the village.
Well, I live in the parade.
You won't get past that door. Not without one of them disposable electrical cars that all the bobbies have. And a power cell.
Know where I could mug a bobby?
You're a brave one, aren't you? No. I'll trade you one.
Don't you want to go back home?
Home to all those bastards who chased me out of my house. When they all catch the plague and die, then I'll go back. There's something I want a whole lot more. Those bastards in that camp over there, with the helmets and the proper weapons. They took something from me. You get them back from me, I'll give you my card.
Okay.
Sounds quite dangerous, isn't it?
That's probably why he's not doing it.
That's why I'm paying you. Come and find me in that sort of hamlet over there. We'll trade.
All right. Well, what are they?
My medals. From the war. I won the DSO at Dunkirk and the Victoria Cross at Ramsgate. Those bastards. They thought it was funny that I still had them. Fucking funny they thought it was. No, and you'll need a power cell to fire this thing up. Hooligans stole most of those too.
Right.
This guy's like...
I'll see what I can do.
Relatively well-spoken compared to the people you would expect to find out here.
Robbers, maybe
oh, he just like disappeared.
Sharp wit.
Okay, so that's a lot of work for us. Wait. So this is locked. We could craft it. Craft the lock we can get in, or we can just take the easy way in. So here's the swipe card reader we need to access. Search payphone. Requires Jimmy bar. Here, we'll craft it. There we go. Thank you. So we need power cell for that. To enter the village, you must remove soiled garments, enjoy a tepid shower, put on tidy clothes, spritz on some scent, peppermint of roses, pop a joy, watch Uncle Jack on the telly, and play a game. Oh, everything's just lovely there, isn't it? A loose screw. Yeah. Thanks. So, picking locks does make noise, it looks like. Oh, empty. That's so sad. We can go through this way. Picking locks does make noise, something to keep in mind for if we're ever, like, stealthing about. Must be chipper to pass. Vending machine. Buy new stuff. At your service night or day.
Haven't seen one of those in a while.
We've got 35 sovereign right now. What would we possibly need? I guess a canteen is never too bad to get more water. Jerky, but it's kind of expensive. What's a rubber duck do? Does no damage, can be used to distract targets. Okay. I don't know. I think we'll just...
I'll be back in a jiff.
We'll save our coin for right now. All right. So this is the way out. This is the way off the island. This is towards the head boy camp, and then we have like whole other chunks of the island to check out as well. So I kind of want to just check out the place before we go too deep here. Look at this. The head boys.
Heavens alive. It's a bloody fortress.
Seriously. What does it say? Head boy fight tonight. Tonight. Who'll end up in the ring? Head boy fight. That's right. That's right. A fight to the death. Ding, ding. That was like almost written in prose.
They look pretty well buttoned up.
Oh, it's locked.
I suppose I can wait here till they throw a party for the whole neighborhood. We'll find a cleverer way in.
All right, cool. We'll definitely check this out. I mean, we have to. I just want to see what's on the rest of this island before we head in. Check out some of the houses. Is that... Oh, okay, no, that thing is tethered. It's just a display. I was like, that's not real. It's literally a balloon float. Oh, I thought that was somebody speaking. These scratched out faces, man. I find that super creepy.
dreadful in there.
Maybe that's because everything literally is rotting.
A lovely rotten potato. I'm not sure I want to eat it. I suppose I could. Might throw up. Well, that's a convenient story, isn't it? The Germans rounded up the kids at gunpoint, did they? So much better than what we actually did, isn't it?
Oh. So much better than what we actually did, isn't it? Yeah, so what the frick happened? I remember what we did. I remember, oh god, I remember. Just losing their minds. Flora, Poppy, Hope, Ellie. Kids' names, I guess? What is this? Diary of Reginald Snell. Tracking a quest. When you have multiple quests, you can choose which one to focus by selecting it and using a track counter button. Track and counter button, okay. Monday. I'm not a downer. There's no excuse for those people. I'd take joy happily if I only could. Oh god, I wish I could. Without puking my guts up. How could joy work for years and then just cruelly stop? I miss the butterflies and rainbows. Must think of the butterflies and rainbows, not the horrors that push into my head. This was on a Monday. Tuesday, I miss Hamlin Village. I strain my ears for the sound of Simon Says across the water. Growing up, I couldn't wait to get out and see the world. Now all I want is a cup of tea and to stop feeling. Thursday, I think. Slept all day yesterday, or maybe 2 days? The gray blurs into itself. Friday, the flowers in the garden district mock me, bursting with color in this place of misery. Why do they cast us out of the village? What's it to them if they can't take joy? Or if we can't take joy? It should make them all the happier knowing they can. Saturday, oh god, I remember what we did. So in a matter of a week off joy, this guy's totally lost it. Reginald Snell. Where are they now, yeah? How could we? Man, I want to know. The Au Courant. To the editor, enough with the bleeding heart editorials. The agitators that were hanged had it coming. If they had destroyed the register of children, the whole town would have been destroyed. Stick to reporting the football scores and save the editorializing. We don't need police looking for every Tom, Dick, and Harry that took care of those outlaw parents. What are police going to do? Arrest the whole town? If they had destroyed the register of children, the whole town would have been destroyed. Victoria's letter. To the editor, I must vigorously disagree with your recent editorial regarding the vigilante action against the saboteurs. These selfish parents attempted to destroy the registry of children so that their own would not have to be hostages. Their actions were a slap in the face to every family that has sent a son off to war. We must do our duty. By long English tradition, cowards are hanged to encourage the others. Surely saboteur cowards deserve no better. They were so small. Oh!
Well, that's terribly romantic, isn't it? They had each other until the end.
That's what the papers we just read were talking about. So, these guys... Hold on. Letter to the Au Courant. The agitators that were hanged had it coming. If they had destroyed the register of children, the whole town would have been destroyed. And this person saying, I must vigorously disagree with the recent editorial regarding the vigilante action against the saboteurs. These selfish parents attempted to destroy the registry of children so that their own would not have to be hostages. Whoa. And they hang them for it.
Mother would be so proud.
It sounds terrible, but I gotta search them. But we will take them down. And... well, we'll at least take them down. Man. Guide to fitting in. Reduces all suspicion rates by a small amount. These are like things that we'll find out in the world. I think it's... over... oh, here. Reduces all suspicion rates by a small amount. So I don't know exactly what the amount is, but I guess over time we find more of these and we become less suspicious. Taxi? Thanks to a bit of British ingenuity, the Bell-Pit brothers, who were too ill with measles to take the train last week, will be able to join their playmates after all. General Bing's office dispatched a taxi to drive the youngsters to Bristol, where they arrived just in time to board the German ocean liner taking them to Bremerhaven. It was certainly a challenge to find a working taxi in these times, notes the General, but we must all go above and beyond. The Au Courant wishes the Bell-Pit boys a bon voyage aboard the St. Louis. Okay. Oh, here. You know what? Let's put them here.
That's a bit risky. Look what happened to Goldilocks.
I think that's referencing, like, maybe sleeping in the bed. I mean... Okay, that's gonna be as good as it gets, I think. I feel bad, like, throwing them, but maybe that's what I need to do to get them in here. That's better. This is terrible! I do feel bad for these guys, but at least they're not hanging anymore. And, well, hopefully nobody else finds this. That's crazy. That's how seriously people took it. To go against the wishes. Hang them. Okay, well, I'll tell you what. This might be a good place to stop on a super depressing note. And when we come back, maybe we'll head... Is this area discovered? No. We'll head in there and see what that is. And then we'll head to the Head Boys Club. Head Boy Camp. And see if we can't find that guy's medals. And then he can help us get off this island. That would be absolutely beautiful. So yeah, thank you guys so much. I really appreciate it. I hope you're enjoying. If you enjoyed it, and you want to help me out, just hit the like button. I know it sounds silly, but it does help me a lot. If you're new here and you like what you saw, then consider subscribing. Otherwise, we'll see you guys very soon. There's still a big chunk that I can show you before release, and we will be rocking and rolling. So thank you guys so much. We'll see you in the next one. Bye for now.